Our verse today is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 33. Who through faith conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. The author of Hebrews dedicates chapter 11 to Israel's heroes of faith. He gives substantial coverage to Abraham, the father of faith, then to Sarah and the other patriarchs, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. He gives some verses to Moses and mentions Rahab, the prostitute who helped the Israelites when they took over the land of Jericho. In verses 32 to 40, he speaks collectively of the faith of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets. Our verse comes from this session. That these people conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, obtained promises, and stopped the mouths of lions through faith. We know that not all these people performed all these actions. Let us see who the author of Hebrews is referencing in each point. First, through faith conquered kingdoms. Here Hebrews have different persons in mind. In the book of Judges, we have several people who fought against other kingdoms, amongst whom were Deborah and Barak in the defeat of Jabin, king of Canaan, if you read Judges chapter 4. Gideon defeated the Midianites, Judges chapter 7. Jephthah defeated the Ammonites, if you read Judges chapter 11. We can also talk about Samson, if you read Judges chapter 14. But the man who single-handedly defeated many kingdoms and annexed them to the land of Israel was David. You can read 2 Samuel chapter 5, 17 to 20, 2 Samuel chapter 8, and 2 Samuel chapter 10, verse 12. The second point is enforcing justice. And the literal Greek word used here is dikaiosune, which could be translated as justice or righteousness. In the Old Testament, the terms used are mishpat or tzedakah. These two words were used to qualify the person of David. If you read 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 15, which says, "So David reigned over all Israel, and David administered justice, mishpat, and equity, tzedakah, to all his people." The third point is obtained promises. Those who obtained promises. Again, God made a covenant with David and fulfilled the promises of an everlasting kingdom. If you read 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 11 following. And finally, those who stopped the mouths of lions. Here we can talk about Samson, who tore a lion to pieces. If you read Judges chapter 14, verse 6. Or David, who would fight lions to defend his sheep. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 35. And Daniel, for whom the angel of the Lord shut the mouths of the lions from harming him. Daniel chapter 6, verse 22. What do we learn from this verse? The letter to the Hebrews teaches us how to interpret the Bible, seeing in the Old Testament inspirations for our faith today. Second, it teaches us how these heroes of faith were dedicated to God and lived out their faith even before the coming of Jesus Christ. We have so many things to learn from them. Finally, with faith, we can conquer difficult situations as these people conquered kingdoms. We can live righteously and enshrine justice in the world. We can obtain God's promises no matter how difficult or how long it may take for them to happen. And God can shut the mouths of lions, those lions who want to attack us. Lord, increase our faith to trust entirely in you in all circumstances. Amen. God bless you, and I wish you a pleasant day.